Hey y'all, it's me Vanessa. I wanted to make a video for the 2nd of May 2009. I have great news. You will not believe this. This morning I was 236.2 pounds. Oh my god, I can't believe it. So that's a total of 43.8. Um, Check out my regular channel. I'm going to make a video on my problems this week, last week, what I want to do to change things, because it has taken me almost, 6 weeks to lose 11.8 pounds. So I'm making a plan. I'm going to try to change things to where I average about 3 pounds a week loss. So check out my channel. I will put it on the sidebar. Also, I want to put my Twitter. Follow me on there. I want to use it as kind of like a communication type thing with people. Keep up, see how everyone's doing, that type thing. And then, yeah, I'll mention that on my regular channel because I need to make a video on my week. It has been crazy. Okay, now for the weekly question on, what is it, roadblocks? I must say my only real roadblock is myself. Kind of like how they say self-sabotage. I have definitely had my share of that. I would start a plan and I would do really well at the beginning, but then I would kind of slack off. I don't know if it was laziness or lack of motivation, but I wouldn't do too well on it after so many weeks, so many months. Um, but I have found, and many of you probably feel the same way, that you need to really find something that works for you for life. What I mean by that is find a plan that you can do while you're losing weight and then keep it up and still do it when you're maintaining. And I decided for me, Weight Watchers worked for me because I was able to, count points, have whatever I wanted. When I do maintain, I'll have that weekly allowance of 35 extra points that I could use, and I can maintain weight with that. So I'm happy. And I mean, it's plenty of food, and I'm learning, to eat more filling foods, to eat foods that are better for my body and that fill me up. And also, my fruits and vegetables and protein and your good fats, all that, great. So that's what I'm sticking with, and it's working for me, and I'm happy, and I can see me doing this for the rest of my life, seriously. So I guess that's really a way to kind of avoid roadblocks. I notice a lot of people also have roadblocks with family, friends, but the way I look at it is if you find a plan that can kind of fit into that, then you kind of can avoid those. Um, Good example. I used to do this plan. It was called the 6-week body makeover. Excellent plan. I have nothing bad to say about it because it did teach you to eat well. It taught you to mix your proteins and your carbs together. That helped, with it was good. Great plan. You ate every 2.5 to 3 hours. Great. But the problem with it was that it was so hard to stick with it 100%. Um, how can I say this without feeling deprived? Maybe, I don't know. Because there were certain things that you had to avoid altogether. Like in the losing phase, you had to avoid milk, cheeses, anything made with milk products, dairy. And that was hard for me. And when I would do it, I would go a good 6 weeks through it, and I would do really well. Sometimes I couldn't even get through 2 weeks. And then when I would get hold of something that I really wanted that I couldn't have on that plan, I would end up binging on it. And that's the worst thing you want to do, is tell yourself you cannot have anything in particular. And then you're thinking, oh my god, it's going to disappear off the face of the earth. I got to have as much as I can right now because I got to get back on my diet on the next day. And I think that's just the wrong way to look at things. So I decided, pick a plan that works for me, that I can have my cheese, one slice of cheese a day. I'm good. I can have one piece of chocolate that's only 1 point a day, and I'm good. And it's worked for me. I've been tracking this is the 6th week I'm going into, and I've been doing really well, and I'm very happy. As far as the Couch to 5K, working out, it's challenging, but it's also rewarding because you don't want to mess it up by binging or eating something really bad or going over your points or going over calories, whichever you're following. So exercise is also key. So that's what I've found that kind of helps with that. And then when you're going out with friends, if you can find a plan that works, like what I end up doing, if I go to like a function or any particular get together, I make sure that I know exactly what I'm going to have, how many points it's going to be, and then I stick with that. And I have, my extra 35 weekly points if I ever need those. So, yeah, I find what works for me in the long run instead of short term, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. I guess that's about it. I don't want to go too long because the last video I made before this was 11 minutes long, so that's why I'm trying to cut it short, and I'll add the other stuff to my actual home video, or channel, that's what I meant. So yeah, everyone have a great weekend. I will see you next Saturday. Hopefully I will be 45 pounds lighter, total, I should say. I want to be 235 by next week. I really do, or lower, because I'm getting really close to that 50-pound mark. And I'm excited. As I promised on my home channel, I'm going to end up making the before and after pictures. Every time I look back on those, I'm like, wow, I have come far. So I want to share that with you all. But I want to wait until 50 pounds. That way you can really see a difference. And it's kind of like motivation for me, like a show and tell type thing. So enjoy your weekend. Stay on plan. Find something that works for you. Long term. Don't just look at the short term, look at the long term. And like I said, I'll put my Twitter and my blog post on the actual info thing. So, yep. And check out my regular channel because I will have a video today on my struggles, week, that type stuff. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.